Okay, let us move. Why do we need to differentiate? The purpose of differentiation is both philosophical and practical. In the former sense, it provides us with a means by which to ensure that our classroom is equitable. By customizing the learning for students group of students or for individual students, we can ensure to fulfill our duty to help all learners in making significant progress. In practical sense, differentiation presents us with a range of strategies, activities, and techniques which allow us to secure the best progress possible for all the group of students, whether that group is mixed ability or not. So let us discuss the differentiated against the non-differentiated classroom. The teacher is one who knows the objectives in the lesson, while in differentiated classroom, both the teacher and students know clearly the content and objectives. The whole class teaching prevails, while in differentiated, grouping of students is frequent and flexible. Assignments, texts, and tasks are the same for all the students, while in differentiated classroom, there is a variety of text, task, and option is evident. The preponderance of talk is the teachers only, like what is happening now, while the talk is shared between students and teachers in differentiated classroom. And high-level thinking question and tasks are reserved for highest achieving students only, while in differentiated classroom, high-level thinking question is the norm for all the students. So, we know where we are now. How do we as teachers influence our students' learning? There are three common accepted doors or entry points that differentiation attends to and is used to influence students' learning. We are expecting those doors to ring bells for most of us because students have not changed. But we, especially all the new teachers coming into the profession, were not around when this research came out. Teachers can differentiate activities for students through readiness. A student's current proximity to specified knowledge, understanding, and skills. We are differentiating instruction when we identify and respond to the lack of students' readiness. We can support students in ways that will fill the gaps. I have tried direct instruction, guided practice, and learning activities that are structured or concrete. I am giving my students the revision game in Aleph prior to the big idea of the new lesson, so that I would know if they are ready to the next lesson. The next one is the interest. So, what are we going to do if the students are not motivated or just do not like to attend school? The interest, which engages attention, curiosity, and involvement of the student. This refers to the student's curiosity for the particular topic. For example, one student may find dinosaurs fascinating while others find it boring. What are some ways we have used their interest to get them more engaged? Some teachers provide choices, others use open-ended assignments. In my experience, I use extrinsic motivation. The revision class in Aleph, quizzes, Kahoot, then award them with badges in LMS or stars in Aleph. The third entry point is in differentiation uses influence students' learning in the student's learning profile. So a preference for taking in, exploring, or expressing content. Learning profile have to do with how we learn. So we can shape by gender. Learning profile can be shaped by gender, culture, intelligence preferences, or learning style. Intelligence preferences are part of the learning profile and therefore will impact how a student learns. So we can identify how the student learns through the type of their intelligences. Let us look at the 8 types of the intelligence. It is recommended that the student's learning profile contain information about the types of the intelligences that are dominant for them. So here we see the Howard Gardner's model for the 8 types of intelligence. It is reasonable to assume all of us have heard of these intelligences before. So, we understand that if logical mathematical intelligence is dominant, then we could expect to be more readily engaged by learning experiences that give the opportunity to think conceptually, use clear reasoning, look for abstract pattern and relationship, experiment, test things, classify, and categorize. Research with these 8 intelligences has determined that one of them is dominant among students with identified disabilities. And that would mean processing knowledge through bodily sensations, communicating through gestures, learning by touching and manipulating, role-playing, creative movement, and other physical activities. Kinesthetically dominant learners enjoy fixing and building things. We can see these learning experiences in schools. At best, do not they fizzle out of students move up through the grades? Can we try to use our thinking abilities today? For those who knows how to think, maybe we're going to have a contest against the teachers from the boys department against the teachers in the girls department. So in the boys, we have Mr. Chirag, Mr. Mutali, Mr. Sanjeev. Three boys. 3 boys against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8. 8 ladies. Oh my God. 3 out of the 8. Okay, can we try it? Guys, let's try who uses their thinking abilities first so that we can identify the multiple intelligence we have. Please type your answer on the chat board. Anybody who can identify the figure that is posted on here? Guys, who knows the answer?
Excuse me. Could you explain it again, please? Because
can you type it?
Voice was not.
Can you type it, guys? What can you figure out about the picture here? Do you know the answer? My student knows the answer here. Grade 6. What about the teachers? Anybody? Yes. Wow. Excellent, Miss. Very good. I understand. Okay. 1 mark for Miss Sharon for the ladies. What about this one? Wow, again, Miss Sharon. 2 marks. Marks for the girls department. What about this one? What gets wetter and wetter the more it dries? Anybody? What about the boys department, Mr. Chirag? Wow! All girls. Yes, it is a towel. What about this one? Mary's father has 5 daughters. Tana, Tene, Tini, Tono. What is the name of the 5th daughter? Wow, again. Yes, all girls. All ladies. Next. What about this one? Anybody? Who can figure out what is this?
Miss Lolita, I can see the chat box Teams. Then the.
Oh, sorry.
I
Okay.
just. Sorry. Yeah.
Who typed the answer? Anybody? Yes. Miss Maria, Miss Sana. Yes, teach him. Teach him a lesson. Good. What about this one? Go, Mr. Mutali. You are. What about this one? Anybody? One more, Miss. One more, Miss Ana. Think about it. No. Think to solve it. You can see it. You can see it. Sit on it. Okay? Sit on it. What about the next one? Let us see the next one. The correct answer is sit on it. Can you find the mistake? Wow. Yes, Miss Ana and Miss Abby. The spelling. The last one. Anybody? What can you figure out on the picture? My student knows this. Especially the grade 8. Oh my goodness. They don't want to stop. But we need to move to our lesson. What can you figure out on this picture? Yes, the correct answer is because you are looking for what? You are looking forward. Correct. You are looking forward. Anyway, it is the same, but you lack only the forward, looking forward. So let us move. Thank you guys. Another component for a learning profile is learning style. This VARC method or model was brought to us by Miss Annie last week. This was developed by Neil Fleming, one of the most common and widely used categorization for learning style. Each of us and our students best learn in one of the styles in the graph shown or a mix of two. So the visual learners is benefited by using graphs and pictures. They should pay attention to diagrams, timelines, and other visual aids. The teacher may draw during class. Visual learners also take note of figure and examples in the textbook where we can find graphs and pictures illustrating the subject at hand. The oral learner use sound to retain information. Oral learners should be encouraged to listen closely to their teacher's lesson, participate and ask questions when they do not understand. Hearing the teacher explain it again out loud will help an oral learner. They may even want to ask their teacher's permission to record lesson on a voice recorder for future use. While the read-write learners prefer learning through writing down notes. In class, they should take detailed notes or screenshot the lesson. So, they read over their notes every evening and write them in their own words. This type of learners may also want to consider creating acronyms as memory aids, while the kinesthetics learners are the do-it-yourself type. They need to be physically involved to absorb materials best. When the teacher asks for someone to come up to the board and attempt math problems or spelling words, kinesthetic learners should be the first one with their hands raised. So, all the elements we have considered so far are characteristics of the students, but differentiation can be accurately described as classroom practice with a balanced emphasis on individual students and course content. And we all know that balance can be difficult to manage. I have used here. I have used the branching in MS Forms so that when student can find it difficult to answer it, they will move again to the next question or first question so that there will be mastery. While the quick learners can finish right away the worksheet and can move to the exit ticket at once. I am also applying the Rally Coach, where the girls can search for their posted worksheet in the LMS. Here, and then they will work on it on the breakout room. The emphasis here is to empower the high ability students, enhance the middle ability, and assist the students who needs close supervision. While the praise check is the same, but this time it is by partners only. They will find also the worksheet in the LMS and then work on it in the breakout room. So this time, one partner will solve the problem while the other coaches, and then afterwards, they will switch roles. In term 3, since the period was shortened, here are the worksheets. They have different worksheets in each group. And they can find it in the LMS. They know how to find it. So in term 3, since the period was shortened, students who needs close supervision stay in Aleph to accomplish the Check My Understanding with frequent explanation via MS Whiteboard or Paint. But for those students who work on the opportunity for improvement, they finish the live worksheet via LMS after the exit ticket. And for the students who are on track for growth, they move right away to Alex's platform. In that way, differentiation is evident for the low, middle, and high achievers. That is in case of math. At the core of the classroom practice of differentiation, this is the adjustment of 4 curriculum-related elements: the content, process, product, and learning environment or effect. Adjustments are made in response to the 3 categories of students' need and variance that we already considered, readiness, interest, and learning profile. So the content is the information that the students are required to learn, as is stated in the Ministry of Education. Students will need to learn the content, but the way it is delivered may be adjusted. So some examples are the highlighted materials. We are providing materials to students where we highlighted the main topic. This can reduce the stress on the struggling learners and allow them to focus on the main topic of the content. For virtual classroom, we are posting the key concept on the MS Teams chat board. This important concept can make a large chapter less overwhelming. While the mini lessons, this is the reteaching part of a lesson to those students who struggled with the content. This will target those with holes in their learnings. So, as for the gifted student, they could present the lesson using Arabic language so that the girls who need close assistance can work on the task. While the video or audio, this can be used to expand the knowledge of the gifted learners. They can integrate their knowledge with technology. While for the struggling students, tutorial videos can be uploaded on the course home in the LMS, and then later they can watch it so that they can complete the task. The process is the means for the student to interpret the content and ideas that are outlined in the curriculum. Each student needs time to think about how materials and make sense of it. So, tiering can be based on challenge level, while students group can tackle different assignments altogether. Teachers can use Bloom's taxonomy as a guide to help them develop tasks for structure or questions at various levels. For example, Group 1. The students need here to reinforce the content and practice will complete one activity that help build understanding, like the thinking plan in Aleph. While the Group 2 students who have a firm understanding will complete another activity that extends what they already know, like the check my understanding, then move right away to exit ticket, then complete their work in the live worksheet via LMS. But for the quick learners, they can move up to Alex at once. So the product is the assignment that shows what the student learned over the course of a unit. The product can be used as a means of evaluating and marking a student's understanding. Generally, assignments are a better way to assess learning than test, because the stress is reduced and motivation can be higher to the sense of ownership. Assignments require students to meet prescribed learning outcomes, but should fit readiness, interest, and learning profile. So in addition, the product should synthesize ideas found in the unit of study. I am giving assignments via Aleph and live worksheet posted in the LMS. Students can practice the live worksheet until they get full marks because they can master the concept before they submit it. So the fourth component is the learning environment. What do we think as a teacher? Is this important and how? Differentiating the learning environment involves considering the look and feel of the classroom, providing a safe and positive environment for learning, allowing for students' work preferences, and managing the learning space. We often support the weaker students because they usually keep quiet. So often the weak students cannot understand the lesson because she has not understood the previous lesson in previous topic. Therefore, Such child should be taught individually according to her individual understanding level. Encouragement plays an important role in the success of a child. We should find out strengths of weak student and applaud her with encouraging words. If a child is given confidence, she will feel her importance and worth. Once confidence level of a weak student increases, she will improve. Likewise, we teachers should prepare proper grouping of students to let weak students sit with strong ones. As in the arrangement in the rally coach I have shown you a while ago, we can assist strong students to help their weak fellows. But even without telling them to help the weak fellows, they help them in the breakout room to finish their tasks as a group. So when I am visiting each breakout room, the strong girls always ask her classmate to share and she explains in Arabic. Then they can finish and the weak girls understands the lesson. In stretching the stronger students, challenging our stronger students can be as simple as changing the number of a mathematics problem or the word list in language arts. The best way to truly learn and retain information is to teach it to someone else. Children love having the opportunity to take on the role as the teacher. So, we can let our student take advantage of that, providing our high achiever with open-ended prompts and activities is a great way to differentiate. Problems with one solution are restrictive, so we are not allowing to challenge the children the way we open problems. Our high-achieving students can still be working on the same concept as the rest of the class, but their questions can be more difficult. Here, we can have extra ideas that can implement when differentiating. We need to remember to adapt activity that suits the student's level. So this means more complex questions for high achievers and simple questions for low achievers. These are some ideas only. Design the day, open-ended activities, multiple level of questions, exploration by interest, teams, games, and tournaments, concept maps, role play, or cubing. Just remember, differentiation does not have to mean additional lesson plans and extensive worksheets. While those things can provide a needed challenge for many students, they are not sustainable for us to do every day. We can use them when they make sense, but we can look to the simpler way of changing expectations and giving students choice in order to help them meet the needs of our students. So these are the references where I took this. Thank you. Do you have any question?